Welcome back to another episode of Private Parts with me, Liv Bentley.
And me, Tom Lucy. This is the podcast where nothing is off limits.
Each week, we will read the most intimate and sordid details of our lives from our diaries.
Massive. I think we've both just had a shot of espresso, and I think it's going to really change the vibe of this one.
That's actually one sip and I'm buzzed up.
Look at you, you're not blinking. You're like Justin Timberlake over there. Have you seen that video of Justin Timberlake? Oh my God.
I'm going to see him on Monday.
Are you?
Yeah, I got invited to go and watch.
You got invited?
Yeah.
By him?
Audi. Yeah, by him personally.
By Audi?
By Audi. Why are you laughing?
That famous Audi Timberlake collab. I tried to get tickets for that.
Oh, sorry.
How come you got tickets? I sent a text to my agent a few days ago saying, can you try and get Justin Timberlake tickets? I've heard nothing back.
Really?
You're fucking going with Audi.
I know. Sorry.
What the fuck is this?
My invitations are going up at the moment.
Can you get me in? I mean...
I'll ask.
I'd like to go on Sunday though, not Monday.
Oh, double date?
They're doing Sunday. He's doing Sunday.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't really know he was still performing.
Well, not only is he performing, he's performing off his nut.
Yeah,
by the looks of it.
No, he's just been done for a DUI, hasn't he?
Yeah, I like it. Because he was always quite like a sort of straight-laced, dare I say, quite boring character. And in the last 6 months, he seems to have really gone off the rails, which I like. Makes me like him more. Yeah, there's a video of him performing somewhere on this tour, and it's shot by someone really close up, and his eyes are just like, he's not blinking. And everyone's like, wow, Timberlake is like off his face. So that'll be fun on Monday.
That'll be great, yeah.
You could probably join the after party.
No.
Is it at the O2?
I assume. I actually don't know.
It is.
It is at the O2. Yeah, because you've been haggling for your tickets.
Yeah. The O2 is great. You know, there's a room backstage at the O2, like a secret private room, like a party room.
Right.
Which is where people have after parties, and it's like a secret hidden room.
Secret sesh den.
It is, yeah. That's exactly what it is.
I don't think I'll be going there.
Well, I'm sure Timberlake might invite some people from Audi back.
Shut up.
Apparently when Bruno Mars performed there, he had people scouring the audience, picking out women to go back to this after party.
I do always wonder that, actually, when, like, if people performing and stuff do have a look at the audience and think, I'll have you.
Well, I don't think they do, but they have people who are doing that, yeah.
I think that's a little odd.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Also, if you were there on a date and someone approached your girlfriend and she left and left you there, that would be shit, wouldn't it?
I can guarantee people would have done that.
I'm just going to go to Bruno Mars's after party. I'll see you at home.
Come back looking dishevelled.
You'll be all right, won't you?
Yeah.
I'll get the tube home. You go to the after party. How are you?
Yeah, I've been pretty good. Mm-hmm. I do enjoy doing this on a Friday, Tom. There's a better level of energy in here.
You don't like Mondays, do you?
No.
Because you famously go out on Sundays.
We don't need to reference that anymore, and I have had quite a heavy week with drinking.
You're the only person in the world who goes out on Sundays.
That's
religiously.
Religiously.
You love a Sunday
I don't hit
evening.
up raffles on a Sunday night,
you
banging on that door. Let me in. They're not even open.
Let me in. We're going to start doing it on Fridays, I think. It's a better vibe. It's more of more energy.
Energy for the weekend. How's your week been? And then also we can discuss the actual week.
Yeah, makes more sense, doesn't it?
Well, mine started pretty fucking badly, if I'm totally honest with you.
Yeah, let's get into this. Come on, talk to us.
I woke up at 5 a.m. to the sound of a rather aggressive alarm. Anyway, it was my fucking car alarm. And two blokes, one of which was sitting in the fucking passenger seat, the other one had taken the window out. They were trying to steal it. I shouted down the street. I said, you cunt. Woke up the entire street. They didn't even flinch. They didn't even turn around and look at me.
Your street probably didn't flinch either. Like, is Liv shouting cunt out the window again?
They didn't move. They continued to still try and steal it.
That's the wildest bit, that they didn't flinch when you shouted out the window.
If someone was screaming at me while I was doing something wrong, I'd be like, I'd shit myself. But oh no, they carried on.
Well, they're a couple of professionals.
Yeah, they were, obviously. And then
they weren't really, because they failed.
Failed. Well, I've got a thing on my car, which means they can't start the engine, little idiots. But they had
one of those locks.
Yeah, one of those. It's like a tracker thing that just turns off the engine. But they left this sort of bizarre clicker thing in my in the car, which was odd.
What do you mean clicker?
I don't know. I think it's one of those things that immobilizes your keys or something. You know this? So well, I'm going to get rid of the car anyway. With Range Rovers, you're meant to put your car keys away from your car and in this special bag. So I think this was my karma. So the day before, Range Rover sent me one of these pouches. Did I put my keys in it? No.
Well, you also, can I say, you have one of those.
So, and then also
you have one of those yellow steering wheel locks.
My boyfriend the day before said to me, "Do you ever use this?" I said, "No." The next day,
not only were you not using it, it was just on the seat,
on the back seat with the smashed window.
It's basically like telling everyone that your car's unlocked.
No, it's karma because we spoke about it on here.
Well, Range Rovers are famously the easiest cars to steal.
I'm getting rid of it. I'm going to get a Prius.
You should just get rid of it.
I will. I'll be on
quite a drug dealer car.
You'll see me on a bicycle now.
Just get a Lime bike. Honestly, no one can nick a Lime bike.
Chuffing them back down the Fulham Road.
Yeah.
There goes Liv. Times are tough.
So I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so
that is a bit shit, isn't
the
it?
alarm was ferocious, though.
Was it?
Yeah.
At least it works.
Thank God.
You had your new boyfriend with you at the time.
I did.
Did he not spring into action?
He did. He leapt up.
What did he do? Did he not go outside and batter them?
Well, I didn't have any clothes on, and I thought that would be
even more scary.
you.
That's even more terrifying. A naked man running out the house. That's perfect.
No,
that's what I was told to do once. Is if you're ever in an altercation with some scary,
flash them.
No, but if you're ever in an altercation, the weirder that you are, the more scary it is.
Oh, please tell me what you would do.
I don't know, but they would just
get your pants down and
scare
flash
them because that would probably taking your clothes off would probably scare muggers more than trying to fight back.
They say you shouldn't actually fight back, though. One of my sister's friends had their phone stolen the other day, went up to the guy and whipped a fucking knife out.
What?
Where are we living?
London.
Honestly, no, but it's a bit much now.
Parsons Green.
Even Parsons Green's become fucking dodgy.
Wow. Things are changing, Liv.
They really are.
Not when you get into office, though. You'll sort all that
I'm
out.
CEO of Parsons thingy, aren't I?
You're not doing a very good job, are you?
Well, no, I'm not. Look,
crime rates through the roof on Parsons Green. Speaking of things that have been stolen this week, the new Banksy artwork got taken from, where was it, Chelsea?
These ones were bold as brass. They didn't even bother with the balaclavas, the ones stealing the artwork. You can see their faces, and in broad daylight. That's what confused me.
But it wasn't broad daylight, it was 4 o'clock in the morning.
No, not my car, the Banksy thing.
Oh, the Banksy thing, yeah.
There's someone who filmed them doing the whole thing. I actually do think that's shocking. When we're living in...
Who do you think Banksy might be, if you had to guess? Do you think it's someone famous or someone unknown?
No, well, he's obviously very famous now, but yeah. I don't know. I can't work out if it's one person or a group of people.
You think it might be an ensemble?
Yeah. I mean, it is remarkable that he's never really been found. Mm-hmm. Quite cool.
Really cool.
I love his stuff.
So where's the one in Chelsea? Is it? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's 2 elephants.
Kissing?
Well, they're sort of touching.
It's like 2 elephants' trunks touching,
They're touching
isn't it?
trunks.
Ah.
Have you touched trunks
Have
before?
I ever touched trunks? I mean...
Yes, you went to boarding school.
It's a British boarding school system. I feel like I talk about this on every podcast.
Well, British boarding school.
Everything's come back to that cycle of abuse. No, I think it is cool, Banksy. I'm going to go and look at it today after this. I haven't seen it. I like it.
I do like it a lot.
I reckon if Banksy tried to paint something on your street, you would shout out the window, "You cunt!" And
I would not shout that out the window at Banksy.
And he'd run away, and your whole street would be like, "Liv, we were about to get a Banksy on our road, and you scared him off."
And I made him. Well, if he was doing it on my car, perhaps there would
Imagine
be.
if he did one on your car. It'd be incredible.
That would be quite cool.
Yeah. Have you ever had anything else stolen in your life?
No, never actually. I've never had my house broken into.
That's pretty good.
No. I've never had people... I'm not going to say it now because it's going to jinx it. Next week I'll come in and someone will shave my fucking head.
You'll be like Amir Khan after he went on the One Show and then he got mugged. That'll be like you coming out of this studio.
Lives outside naked.
Although to be fair, you're not really dripped in jewellery, are you?
No.
What would they take? Your big water bottle?
And my cigarettes. It'd be a nightmare.
Liv Bentley today had her cigarettes stolen in a targeted attack outside the private part studio.
Have you had anything stolen?
I've had my heart stolen a few times.
Oh, grow up.
I've had my flat broken into last year. It was quite a big deal.
Were you in the flat?
Luckily not. I was at a birthday party and I was quite drunk and my neighbour called me and said, "I think you need to come home. Your front door has been kicked in." So I got in an Uber and went home quite drunk and turned up and the whole front door was just battered in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was
terrifying.
terrifying.
What did they take?
They took a watch and my laptop and there was a little bit of cash on the side, like £50 or something, and they took that. They didn't take a lot. It was weird. The police said, "I reckon this is a targeted hit." And I was like,
was this your flat in Notting Hill?
yeah, the one that you've been to. That one.
But imagine you were in there. It would be terrifying.
Imagine if I was sleeping and somebody put a ramming thing through the door. How terrifying that would be. What would you do?
Scream.
Yeah. I'm looking at the new Banksy artwork I can say here, look, it's on Edith Terrace in Chelsea. Do you know where that road is?
I do.
Edith Grove.
Yep.
Edith Grove's where the Rolling Stones used to live. Do you know that?
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah. Edith Terrace, I'm guessing, is the street next to it. And it's 2 elephants touching trunks. What do you think that means, Liv?
I think it means they love each other and they're trying to...
Yeah, but they're not quite touchy, which means...
They're trying to touch tips, or they're...
Do you think it's a metaphor for something? What do you think? If this was an art lesson at school... I think
it's 2 sweet neighbours saying hello to each other. Did you do art at school? I did photography and textiles.
Okay, so not quite.
Not quite.
But if I was your art teacher and I said, Liv... If I singled you out in a class and said, Liv,
I'd
what do you
ask
think
you
that
not
means?
to do that. I would say it's 2 lovers trying to touch each other.
Okay, keep it clean.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Keep it clean. We're in a class full of 13-year-olds. It's 2 trunks, but they're not quite touching, are they? So maybe that means something. They're in love, but they can't be together
because
they live in different houses.
Mansion house between them.
It's a really sad story. Maybe they're elephants because.
Do you know how you
elephant in the room? Maybe.
Do you know how you can tell the difference between a female and a male elephant?
One's got a cock.
Yes, that generally will do it. They've got different shaped heads. Actually,
I think there are easier ways to tell the difference between a man and a woman.
Have you ever been up close to an elephant?
Yes, I've...
Well, you wouldn't want to be bending over and looking for his schlong, would you?
Well, let's not close any doors. I've never bent over to look for an elephant's penis, if that's what you're asking.
So if you see one from afar and you can't see what's down there, you can tell by their heads.
That's how you get banned from Longleat, I think, if you do that. Is Longleat still a thing? God, I miss Longleat. We should record an episode at Longleat.
What with all the animals?
This episode is sponsored by Longleat. For a perfect family getaway. We should go, because when we were kids, we drove through, you're like this in your Range Rover, and the monkeys come and they rip the windscreen wipers off.
Perfect. I can go and get my car completely fucking destroyed down there. I may as well not bother to put the windows in.
Battered at Longleat.
Why, can you tell me what
A friend of mine was at Longleat and saw Leonardo DiCaprio there. How incredible was that? At Longleat.
Quite cool. What underage bird was he with?
He was chatting up one of the young monkeys. That espresso is really kicking.
It's a Tom.
I've been to your flat. There's not a huge amount of art in your flat.
No, there's not.
Is that fair to say?
I'm going to be totally honest. I actually prefer photography to art.
You're more of a photography person.
Yeah.
So you're not a huge art person.
I do like art. I like that. You know that nude that's in my house. Have you seen it?
The one of you.
It's actually not of me. That
the oil painting of you naked that hangs above your bed.
Okay, that actually isn't there. It's hanging on my stairs. I like art like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not very. I do prefer photography. To be honest. Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. That's
Why
fine.
do you think?
Who are some of your favourite photographers?
Oh, here we go.
Do you like that? Who's that?
I like
creepy fella.
David
Richardson. What's his name?
Oh, I know who you mean. Terry
Richardson, the one who takes pictures of naked women.
I'll be honest, I do quite like fine art nudes. David Yarrow does some really cool ones.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should get some Terry Richardson up on your walls.
Yeah, well, if we got better sponsorship on this, perhaps.
If that's not an incentive to get ads involved.
Liv needs to cover
Liv
our walls.
Buy some more nude photography.
I sound like a bit of a pervert. What art do you like?
I like...
ones of yourself, though, actually. So that's because
what do you mean?
Well, you had something made of you that you hung above your bed. We spoke about it last time.
That was a post. That was an Edinburgh Fringe poster. That wasn't a piece of art. It wasn't a painting. No, I do like a bit of art. I told you that my dad got one of my mum, and it was really terrifying. Did I tell you that? He had an oil painting commissioned, and it was just like a really scary version of her.
Why was it
Maybe I'll bring that in and we'll hang it up somewhere. I like this. We can hang this.
I don't think that's really art, if I'm
It looks like art
honest.
to me. It looks like the cover of a video game, like some sort of Grand Theft Auto video game. Don't you think? We look like a couple of characters in a...
We look like we're in The Sims.
In The Sims, yeah. The artwork on private parts, which if you're...
Heavily edited.
If you're listening and you go on... You'll be able to see the photo now if you're listening, but it's a incredibly airbrushed picture of me and Liv. Look at us. We look crazy.
Can't wait. We look a bit like siblings.
We do look like siblings. Talking of psychopathic narcissists, Strictly's back. No, Strictly is back.
Strictly
and it's
is
exciting.
back. Have you had the call up?
For Strictly?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Would you do it if you had?
Probably, yeah. It's like the biggest thing you can do on TV, isn't it?
I suppose it is up there, yeah. But it does sound all a little bit...
I wouldn't want to do it, but I think it would be hard to say no to, wouldn't it?
It's a little incestuous, now quite negative, perhaps.
Yeah, but I think they'll probably make a real effort this series to sort of repair their reputation, won't they?
I suppose it's actually not on them, it's on the people who fucked up, really, isn't it?
Well, they've got rid of them, haven't they?
Yeah,
all the
thank
ones
God.
that fucked up. Yeah.
But I read something that was saying how the professionals have... It's more about they're so desperate to win.
I think Strictly's going to stay around for a long time. It's like the BBC's biggest show.
Yeah.
Also, you can't just get rid of something because you've got one bat. It's like, you know, they're not scrapping the news at 10 because Hugh Edwards is a non, so they're still going to make BBC News at 10.
Oh,
they're just going to replace Hugh with someone else.
Replace them.
I'm not suggesting anyone on Strictly is that way inclined. There was obviously a couple of bad eggs there and they've gone.
Yeah, which is
Would
good.
you do Strictly?
I would, but I have to say I would be absolutely fucking useless.
Can you dance?
Certainly not. I hate...
I can't really imagine you dancing.
I hate dancing. I never do.
What's your tactic at a wedding or if you're somewhere and there's dancing?
In the corner getting shit-faced chain smoking?
Yeah.
My tactic at a wedding? No, that's slightly different. I'm talking about I suppose if you're sort of doing the tango.
I'm the same though. I feel deeply uncomfortable in a situation where where there's lots of people are dancing. I feel deeply uncomfortable.
I hate it.
I like to go to the edge of the room and either sit or stand
and
watch.
It's just a bit. I find things incredibly cringe.
Yeah.
And dancing is one of them. But Strictly slightly different, isn't it? It's not like you're sort of
Strictly, yeah, but
bumping around in the back of 151.
Imagine you on Strictly with who's one of the male dancers that's still there? Give me some names. Anton Dubek, is he still around?
I mean, you're totally...
He's a judge. Oh, okay.
Let's not make it too weird. But yeah, all that stuff as well, the Strictly curse. Do you think that is because you're spending so much time with that one person? Like,
I think it's probably a couple of things. I think it's that you're spending a lot of time with that person. I mean, they literally, you know, we've got friends who have done Strictly, and you literally are with them for like 18 hour days.
See, I'm going to be totally honest. If I obviously I'm in a relationship. If the person I was with was asked to do it, I would feel nervous.
Yeah, because the rehearsals are like 5 days a week, 18 hours a day together.
Running around in skimpy outfits.
I think learning to dance with someone is quite like an intimate thing to do. You know what I mean? It's a lot of like physical contact and
a lot.
You know, it just feels quite like quite an intimate thing to do together.
Sexual.
So I think that's probably why those things happen.
Tend to happen. Well,
but I can imagine. I can see you dancing the cha-cha-cha.
After 2 tequilas.
Dancing the cha-cha-cha. It's Liv and Flavia. You could be one of the first female.
I think, have they not done that?
I tell you what, there is this one, and he's a friend of mine, so I'm going to give him a shout out. Chris McCausland, who's a very funny comedian, who is a friend of mine, is doing Strictly this year, and he's the first blind person to ever do Strictly.
Really?
Isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
They've never had a blind contestant on Strictly.
But they have done same-sex couples.
Yeah, but they've never had a blind person on Strictly. Isn't that, I mean, to learn to dance and blind is really impressive.
Dancing is hard enough, let alone doing it blind.
I mean, people think you're blind when they watch you dance, but he's actually blind.
Unacceptable. You've never seen this move. Not that you'd want to.
You know who was fucking great on Strictly was Bill Bailey. Do you remember when he did it? He won. He did it like 2 or 3 years ago.
I'm going to be totally honest, I've never watched it. I've watched like the odd one here and there when Jamie did it.
Yeah. No, Jamie was Bill Bailey's year, wasn't he? Bill Bailey was really good on it. Anyway, we'll see. I think you're more dancing on ice than Strictly Come Dancing.
Don't know how to take that.
Yeah.
Pete Wicks has been asked
Pete
to
Wicks,
do it.
yeah, that's good.
I actually weirdly think he'd be quite good.
I think he would be quite good, yeah. He looks quite kind of coordinated, doesn't he? Pete Wicks, Panam Christian, Toya Wilcox, Chris McCausland, Wyn Evans. Oh, the Go Compare guy.
What bloke?
You know the Go Compare adverts?
Yeah, what, the bloke with the moustache?
Yeah, that's him. Wyn Evans.
That's hilarious.
He's doing it.
I'm going to tell you honest, I've got no fucking idea who any of these people are, apart from Pete Wicks.
Let's have our stats, shall we? Okay, Liv, it's summer, 30-degree heat waves hitting the capital this month. But that also means, I know you're not a big underground person, are you?
I've been on it.
Yeah.
Not recently. You make me sound like an absolute bellend. Well, I drive around in my Range Rover. I need some charity work. I don't take the tube.
To be fair, you don't really use the underground.
Because I have a car, which actually now, yeah.
Well, you don't have a car anymore.
Well, all right, I'll be on the tube.
So you'll be on the underground. And you'll find out that the underground is very hot at this time of year, Liv.
I can only imagine.
But, Liv, can you tell me what London's hottest tube line is?
Give me something
we'll find out in part 2.
Oh.
But have a think. What do you think?
I reckon it's the Central line.
Mm-hmm. Central heating line. Well, let's find out. We'll come back in part 2 and find out, Liv. Welcome back to part 2 of Private Parts with me, Tom Lucy.
And me, Liv Bentley. It says on here, and me, Tom Lucy.
Does it? You shouldn't have to read that off the card.
I know. And me, Liv Bentley.
Okay.
I know what my name is. My heart's racing.
Why?
Oh, I think it's that coffee.
It's good, right?
Buzzing. Yeah, it is good.
Do you drink coffee?
I do. Normally quite a lot, but not quite as strong as that.
Yeah, it's good stuff, isn't it? Okay, so the hottest London Underground line
is
the Victoria line. You probably don't even know which one that is, do you?
I do. It's the light blue one.
Do you know where it starts and ends?
No.
I'm going to say, is it Brixton? Brixton to Walthamstow? Yes.
How do you know that?
Fucking nailed it.
God, you've been on the tube a lot.
Brixton to Walthamstow. I'm really happy that I got that.
That's pretty impressive.
What colour is the northern line?
Black.
What colour is the central line?
Red. District is
Bakerloo?
green, brown.
Oh, so you have been on the tube.
Well, we played a game when I was younger called the London Underground. So that's how I picked up the colours, a game about the tube.
You should get into lime biking. I would love it if we could do something with lime.
Because I feel like Lime bikes.
To be fair, I feel like over the last few weeks I've talked about Lime bikes a lot.
Because you're constantly on them.
So I would love it if somebody from Lime would get in touch. And
we should actually cycle here.
Together? Yeah, with little baskets.
Yeah.
Okay, the Victoria line.
Yeah.
Obviously named after...
Queen Victoria.
Good. Who... This is great. Look at this. This is a Tatler article of the 14 hottest kings and queens of all time.
Who's number 1?
I mean, Alexander the Great. Look at Alexander the Great. Wow. That's an oil painting. That could hang above your bed.
Pretty out there.
Is he hot? I don't know.
I don't know if from paintings you can really tell the attractiveness
Which
level.
of the current royal family do you think is hot? Like the British royal family?
Honestly, none of them.
But if you had to be with one of them, who would you be with? Do you think, are you more Harry or are you more Will?
Honestly, no, neither one, to be totally honest.
Okay, but if you had... So I think you're more of a Harry.
No, probably William.
Really?
Yeah. But neither one is my cup of tea, if I'm totally honest with you.
Really?
Can I say that? Is that rude?
No, it's fine. It's technically just treason, I think.
You've got Meghan or Kate. Meghan, Kate or Camilla?
Kate.
I would have said Kate.
Kate.
I think she's stunning.
Anne Boleyn. Is this a list of the hottest people? Look at her. She looks like David Mitchell. Anne Boleyn apparently is hot. Young Queen Victoria, now we're talking. Richard the Lionheart. This is good stuff. Have I told you my young Elizabeth? Oh, it feels rude to say that young Elizabeth's hot, but she's hot. You know, there's a new movie out. Jude Law is playing Henry VIII in a new... What's it called? What's it called? I think it might just be called King. I don't know what it's called. It's called something like that. Anyway, apparently Henry VIII used to absolutely reek. Like he used to have like open wounds on his legs, and the smell of Henry VIII apparently was really horrific. Jude Law said to his friend, who apparently makes fragrances for a living, said, "Can you create the most horrible smell you can? Just like come up with the most disgusting smell."
Oh, Jesus.
And then put it in a bottle. And apparently all through the filming of it,
he would spray it.
Before the take, he would just spray his whole body in this smell. And it meant that all the other actors around him would physically react to the smell of him.
That's horrific.
Because Henry VIII apparently used to just like...
I'm really funny about smells. It makes me feel very...
Yeah.
I don't like things that smell odd. Like, no one does really, but...
I don't think anyone likes it.
No, but it's... Well,
you're very sensitive.
But I'm very sensitive. But I don't understand. You know, people who genuinely do smell have no idea they smell.
Are you the kind of person who would tell someone that they smell?
100%.
You would?
Go and get some deodorant on right now, you cheeky bitch.
Yeah,
that's exactly
that's what you'd say.
I feel sorry for those. Well, I don't feel sorry for them. People who suffer with halitosis must have been a nightmare for them during COVID.
What's halitosis?
When you've got bad breath and they've got their own masks on, surely they would have clocked on.
Is that what it's called? Halitosis?
Halitosis, yeah.
Is that like a medical condition?
I think so. People with bad breath. That's right. Actually, that's probably the most insulting thing you can do to someone. If they're being a knob, is just say, would you like a mint?
Is that an old made in Chelsea trick?
Yeah. Just say nothing, go chewing gum.
Yeah, that's not great, is it?
That would be unfortunate if you suffered with something like that, wouldn't it? Smelling generally.
Yeah, that would be bad, yeah.
Henry VIII. Ooh,
Henry VIII.
gives me shivers thinking about it.
Olympics is finished?
Yeah.
Did you watch any of it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just not interested?
To be honest with you, I've been seriously busy.
You must have seen the video of the man.
I haven't, but I have heard about this poor man and his penis.
Can we watch it now?
Did he, what happened? Did it break?
Show it to me as well while we watch it.
Okay, so there's a man, he's gone up. Ooh.
Oh. And now you're going to see that in slow motion.
Oh, he got his cock in the fucking... Oh, blimey.
Yeah, it's not good, is it?
He got poked pretty ferociously.
Yeah.
Did he hurt himself? That would hurt, wouldn't it?
I would imagine so, yeah.
He smacked on the balls on an old pole. Look at the face on it. That's unfortunate. He's got the downward smile.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? I would have thought that would have wormed its way into your Jomo marketing team.
What if you end up knocking yourself with a pole?
Well, it
rub
feels
some
like you
lube
could
on.
have come up with some sort of social media campaign around lube and that, maybe.
Get poled with Jomo.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
I don't know if that sort of sits that
Get
well.
poled.
Get poled. You know, actually, what you can do is make your own vibrator, and you get sent a sort of mold that you mold of your penis, and you can make it into a vibrator. Maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is.
If you're,
I'm not you personally. Like one can, as in a guy can. For their sweet girlfriend. So like Mr. Pole Vault over here.
Well,
although his might be bent, which, well, some people...
His is probably broken now, isn't it?
I think his is broken. Just out of curiosity, what would the pain of that be like? I'm just like, would that have been excruciating? What does it feel like when you get...
It's hard to describe to a girl how...
Do you get winded?
I would argue that this is an interesting chat. I would argue that the balls are more sensitive than the penis.
I think he got tapped everywhere.
So, yeah. Being, like, smacked in the balls as a man is like, makes me feel sick thinking about how painful it is.
God.
Then I said that to a girl once and she said but it can't be anything like childbirth.
No, I don't think it could be anything like childbirth.
But I disagree. I think it's worse.
Of course you fucking do, you big pussy.
Can I tell you why I think it's worse? Because you have a baby and then a couple of years later you go, maybe we should have another baby. No one has ever been kicked in the balls and then 2 weeks later gone.
But look at what you receive.
Maybe I want to be kicked in the balls again.
So I think there's a niche market out there for people who like it. There is definitely people out there.
There are
who
some
into all that.
A lot of them in your DMs as well. If they'll be listening to this.
No, thank God they've eased up. Actually, those weirdos.
Have they?
Yeah. Or actually, yeah. Some of them did. One of them did want me to do something to his balls, didn't he?
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah. So actually, that's a niche. You don't sort of. It's not a. I wouldn't say sexual experience pushing out a child. Not that I would know.
No.
But selfishly, I will be having it. You know, what's that other thing called that people have? A cesarean, if not even a surrogate.
Too posh to push?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'll be you.
If we get that far. Anyway.
Did you see the American athlete who got arrested for trying to buy drugs in Paris? Did you see that?
No.
One of the Team USA athletes got disqualified because he was caught in Paris trying to buy drugs.
What sort of drugs?
I think he was trying to buy coke in the Olympic Village. And he was arrested by French police.
Well, I'm not surprised.
And then disqualified from the Olympic. And then he had to come out and do like a press conference.
Don't they get drug tested?
Australian hockey player. Yeah.
Tried to go and buy a bit
But he then had to come out and do like a press conference where he had to apologise. So horrendous.
It sounds a bit wild, this Olympic Village, doesn't it?
I think it is quite wild. You know what? A behind-the-scenes documentary about the Olympic Village.
Unbelievable. Why don't we do that? A tour of the village.
Next Olympics. When's the next one? Four years away.
I really don't know if we'll still be sitting on this sofa in 4 years'
The
time.
next one is in LA. That's who's hosting the next one.
Is it? Mm-hmm. How do you know that? Oh, maybe it's common knowledge.
It's quite common knowledge.
Is it? Okay, good. Sorry.
LA are hosting the next one.
I think I need to read the different section of the Daily Mail.
Which
I think the showbiz section's not keeping me quite up to date on things, is it? I mean, other than Katy Price being arrested fresh off the flight.
I did see that. That was good, wasn't it?
Poor Harvey. Sitting there.
Did you see her getting in the back of a van?
With her headband on. There's one photo and the policeman's laughing and you think, I'd love to be a fly on the wall. You know what
I was thinking when I read that article? So if anyone doesn't know, Katy Price got...
I thought you were about to say if anyone doesn't know who Katy Price is.
Katy Price is a national treasure in the UK. She got arrested landing at Heathrow yesterday. She'd come back from Turkey having had a fifth facelift.
Yeah.
And she was arrested at Heathrow.
Yeah, sorry.
A movie about Katy Price's life would be incredible, wouldn't it? She's had one of the most interesting, chaotic lives.
What's she being arrested for now?
Tax evasion. She hasn't paid a massive tax bill. 700 grand tax bill or something.
Fucking hell.
She just hasn't. She didn't show up to court. That was it. She didn't show up.
She's
to court.
lived a life.
Yeah, she skipped court.
Unbelievably punchy, isn't it?
I think a movie about her life would genuinely be quite good. Have you ever done any acting?
No, and I think I'd be absolutely fucking useless. I find it a bit cringe, if I'm totally honest with you.
What, acting in general?
Yeah, I think I would be useless. I'd laugh too much. I would honestly...
Do you find other people acting cringe?
I do sometimes, yes.
Even if they're really good?
It depends. Like on stage sometimes when I've gone to the theatre,
yeah,
I find it cringe. I find everything a bit cringe, if I'm totally honest.
You have quite a high cringe
level, yeah.
Threshold.
Cringe and ick.
Let's get into another listener message.
Shall I read this one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, crack on.
Not that crazy of a story, but Lib's Lube reminds me of a story from uni. People used to comment how my room always smells fresh and minty. Hello. The reason for the smell was I had come home from a club drunk, decided to have let me start again. The reason for the smell was I had come home from a club drunk, decided to have a fancy solo shuffle, and proceeded to use about half a bottle of Durex Tingle Lube before passing out and letting it soak into the mattress.
God.
That is intense.
Is that the end of the story?
A solo shuffle. That's a different way of putting it, actually.
A solo shuffle.
Liv and Tom uni stories. Well, I didn't actually make it that far to university.
Did you go to university?
I did not. I went on to Made in Chelsea.
Oh, yeah. You went into that, the University of Life.
What is a fancy solo shuffle? I would imagine a bit like a posh wang. Although, what is a posh wang? What like?
I thought it was when you have a condom on, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that is. Sorry. That is that.
Our resident sex pest is nodding.
Our resident sex pest.
Let me just confer with Harry. Yeah, that's
what a posh wank is. Well, her room now smells minty fresh because of all the lube she's been using. Wow. Have you ever used a Tingle lube?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Such a virgin.
Let it soak into the mattress. No, I've never. We had a guy at our university who used to, when we left the halls of residence that we were living in, he was quite a strange, it turns out he was a very strange guy. But when they cleared out his bedroom, he had loads of bottles of piss under his bed.
Sorry?
He'd been pissing into bottles during the night and then just collecting them all under the bed. So when they went to clear out his room, they just
do you mean?
They just found loads of bottles of piss under his bed.
That's really fucking odd.
It's really odd, isn't it?
Did you ever ask him why?
No, I didn't know. No one really knew him that well.
He peed into a bottle and saved it.
He was a bit of a kind of...
Was he a weekly drug test or something, so he thought he needed to stock up on...
I don't know what it was. I don't know. But yeah, they found it all in his room. So I don't know. That seems like a stranger thing to be doing than...
That's an incredibly strange thing to be doing.
He might be listening to this. If he is, then I hope you're well.
And not peeing in bottles.
Probably listening from some sort of facility. I hope they're treating you well, wherever you are.
What other weird stories from university? Tell me.
Well, to be honest, I'd started doing stand-up when I was at Bristol University. So I was there, but I was not there that often. I was going off and doing gigs quite a lot. And then about a year in, I got signed by an agent, and they persuaded me to take a year out of university.
Did you ever go back after that?
Never went back. So I took a year out to do stand-up and then just didn't go back.
Right.
So I was there for a year, then had a year out and then just didn't go back. I'm technically...
He's living a gap.
They're still holding my place for me.
Well, that's quite cool.
Did your parents not make you go to university?
No, I barely made it through school. I hated school. And the idea of being locked up in somewhere else, getting hammered all the time, just wasn't hugely appealing for me.
No.
I could go and do that on Made in Chelsea.
How old were you when you went on to Made in Chelsea then?
2021. It's young.
You were 20 years old?
I was 21.
That's really young.
It was quite young. They originally asked me when I was 19 and my parents were like, no
That's really
way.
young, isn't it? 20 years old.
Yeah. I think it was a bit too young, I think. Maybe.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Just before we go, your new relationship going well?
My new relationship is going very, very well.
You met the mother?
I did.
How was that?
Mother. Very good. She's very
nice.
Sweet. Yeah.
Are you
really,
good with mothers?
Really nice. I hope so.
What did you do with the mother?
We went for dinner and with his sister and the sister's boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
It was, she was amazing. Really nice.
Did she grill you?
No.
You didn't give her a bottle of lube, did you?
Not this time round. I'm thinking about it next time.
That would be an intense first meeting.
Here's my lube.
Yeah.
No, it was good. It was very good.
Where did you go for dinner?
Somewhere in, I actually can't remember. Clapham, maybe?
Clapham, okay.
Was it Clapham?
Yeah.
But no, it was really good. I was a bit nervous though, actually, which is weird because normally I don't, not that I get nervous, but I mean, it's not like I've met people's parents that recently. But it was,
It was nice.
It was nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
You still need to meet him at some point.
I can't wait to meet him. Maybe I'll meet him for the first time on here.
I'm not bringing him on here.
No, actually, that would be a really bad idea.
I would like to bring his mother on here. I think she'd be great.
She would be great. I'd like to get your mother on here as well.
Oh, yeah.
We should do a mother's
Katy.
special. Get my mum on.
Get all the mums on.
Get all the mums on. If you have any dilemmas or stories that you want featured on the show, contact at privatepartspodcast.com, at privatepodcast on all socials. Liv, any closing thoughts?
I would love some highly amusing stories from university, please.
Oh, university. You want university?
Yeah, I think it's sort of funny.
Yeah, okay. Well, because you didn't go.
Because I didn't go, so I can vicariously live
Maybe
through
you could still go to university. You could go now.
Actually, no, what?
You could be a mature student.
The
Go to
OAP
Bristol.
showing up, learning about sex ed.
Yeah.
What would I study at university?
Anything you want. Anything. That's the beauty. You can do whatever you want.
I'd probably just piss about and get shit-faced for 3
You
years,
go to
wouldn't
Bristol and do English and drama. You could take my place.
Thanks.
They're still
It's
holding
still rolling around.
There you go. Perfect. We'll sort that out. We'll be back next week and we'll find out how Justin Timberlake's after party was.
Which I'll be sending my boyfriend to.
Yeah, which obviously he who can't be named won't be invited to, but you'll obviously get the invite, and that'll be great.
Decline. I'll invite him on the
Timberlake's
podcast.
having a full midlife crisis at the moment, and I can't wait to see it up close and personal. That's going to be great, and I'll try and go as well. Imagine if you didn't know that I was there, and then you got into the after party, and it was just
you were in there.
me and Timberlake sat at the back. Yeah, me and Timberlake just having a little solo shuffle. Just a table full of Durex Tingle. You turn around to leave and the door locks behind you. Classic Timberlake. All right, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Private Parts is produced by Spirit Studios.
With Olivia Scott as the producer.